Hello there, my name is Gordon Stronach and I run a service called GS Outdoor Services. I use outdoor space to help people with their mental, physical and emotional well-being. One of those activities I run is what's known as mindfulness in green space. And we're here today at Lady Mary's Walk in Crieff to actually run through what we would term as a shortened session, what we normally run with clients who are looking for probably peace of mind, clarity of thinking, possibly stress relief, looking at maybe relationship situations, anything at all that they can get benefit from that they might not be able to find from elsewhere. The reason we use the woods for health and well-being is because they don't actually judge what they do, is they actually sort of let you find the answers for yourself, because as we believe as this kind of practitioners, the answers already inherent within yourself, but because of the luggage of life that we seem to accumulate, we actually get them buried. And what we do when we come into the woods is we actually feel a lot more relaxed, a lot more comfortable with sharing of ourselves to an entity that won't actually judge. And that's what's important about this kind of session. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to start the practice of mindfulness in green space with the settling in process. I have here with me today my friend Diana, who is happy to help out, and as we're going to do this, we'll walk individually. This is individual procedure, this is not a group procedure, because each of us are unique in their own ways and what we're actually striving or not striving to achieve in life. So the first part of the mindfulness procedure is a process called settling in. This essentially gets you accustomed to your location wherever you are, whether it's a garden, a wood or a forest, and also enables the actual location to get accustomed to you if it's not already done so. So it's a reciprocal arrangement, and it's a fairly straightforward arrangement to settle in. The main focus is on your breath. So what we're going to do now with Diana, we're just going to run through the steps of the actual breath work that we do and the grounding. So we just relax ourselves, and we just start off with taking 4, maybe 5 deep breaths. Sometimes it helps to count maybe 1 to 5 on the in-breath, and also have maybe 5 seconds or 5 counts on the out-breath. Then what you do is you actually have to go in and make yourself into a kind of bubble. So you see it and put yourself in an imagined protective space, whether it's a bubble, a bell jar, or anything that you actually feel is surrounding with you. This is your experience, and you want to actually limit all the distractions. The third part you do with settling in is you actually set an intention. This could actually just be a general health thing. You want to just get something from it that's going to help you with your health, or it could be answers that you're seeking to a particular puzzle or situation you're currently in. So you just give yourself time to think that. The thing that mindfulness is we're not going to go through the thinking process, we're going to go through the feeling process. So whatever comes up, we don't actually dismiss whether we can articulate it or not. We actually try and keep hold with it, and we work with it. Because everything counts, there's nothing that's to be discarded when we walk in this particular approach. Another part about settling in, and probably the most important part, is you actually make sure you walk with gratitude. So whatever comes up, you appreciate it for giving you some of the insights that you need to share for your own journey across life and across time and the planet. Okay, Diana, when you're ready, what we'll do is we'll put this into practice. So we're going to be settling in, and we're going to keep focusing on the breath. Make sure you feel safe in that protective space that you have developed in the settling procedure. And when you're walking, don't sense anything. Allow it to draw you in and allow it to lead you where it wants to lead you. Everything matters, everything counts, so you want to actually be appreciative and respectful of what comes your way. It's an individual exercise, so what comes up for you might not come up for me and vice versa, so it's purely personal. Okay, so the final part of the mindfulness procedure is the review. The review is kind of like a reflective process where you actually have a think, well not so much a thinker, you actually look at through the feeling process of anything that came up for you today in terms of what's happened in your life over the last 1 to 2 days. It's generally speaking, when you come out on a walk, you get answers to the most recent stuff that's happened, not way back like 5 years ago. So you have to spend a bit of time reflecting. This is key to the process of getting anything out of mindfulness, because if you were to just do a walk and then move on to the next thing that you have planned for that day, the whole thing would probably be lost. Sure, you would get the physical exercise, but the actual essence of what you're aiming to achieve would not actually occur. Okay, so I'm sitting here with Diana just after the practice of the mindfulness walk, and what we're doing is we're doing a reflective review session. In the reflective review session, it's just a case of sitting quietly and effectively looking at the highlights of what came up for you in a non-censored way. It can be helped if certain questions prompts the person to crystallise or distill things that may have actually happened. So there's 3 questions that come up, and the first question is, did anything come up in that walk that's relating to anything from yesterday? The second question is, did anything come up in that walk that's relating to anything from today? And the third question is, does anything come up in that walk that's relating to anything that might be foreseeable in the future? The other part of the reflective process is the journaling. I think it's important when you've actually done sessions like this to actually record somehow what came up for you rather than just having it in your head. And this can be done a number of ways. This can be done using your phone, maybe like using the voice recorder on your phone, a dictaphone kind of thing. It could be done maybe taking photographs with your phone or a camera just to remind you of what came up or what was the location like. But most times we use journals, which is the easiest. It's best when you're using a journal to have one that's kind of plain paper, because that puts no restrictions on you, rather than a line journal. If you use one of those old student books with the line journals on it, it tends to really reins you into actually working in a linear fashion. What we want to do in mindfulness is we want to work more in a sporadic fashion, going with the flow. So it's best if you have a notebook or a journal that's blank sheets. One that can fit in the pocket is best, so you can actually carry it with you, it's more portable. Other journals, whatever you use, it's very important that you reflect. And also with the review, it goes on beyond when you finish your walk. So when you move back to your day-to-day routine after your walk, it's important to take a few minutes to actually sit down in your own personal space and just embrace the things that come up for you before you move. Okay, so that's the end of the session. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you got something out of that session. If you want to know more, go on to the Care and Wellbeing Community Interest Company's website, and there'll be more videos there, and also this recording of what we've done today. I'd just like to thank the Care and Wellbeing Community Interest Company for all its support and help in getting those videos produced, and also Perth and Ross's Community Investment Fund. Thanks for watching.